Hi everyone, my name is Claudia and I am Director of Awareness for Happiness. The mission of our organization is to spread awareness about social issues using performing arts as an educational tool. At this time, I would like to share with you about some very interesting articles that were published in March and April of 2020 about some effects of social distancing on our physical and mental health. And also, I'm going to share with you 8 tips that we can follow to try to stay healthy physically and mentally from home. Okay, but first of all, I would like to start with a couple of facts. So, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology said in their findings that hunger and loneliness share neural signals deep within the brain, implying that socializing can be as important and rewarding as our most basic need, the need of eat. So, in other words, this study is saying that yes, human beings, we are social by nature and we have the need, the very deep need to connect with others. Second fact, in an article by Nicole Planridge, she's saying that socializing acts as a buffer against many stress inducing situations. But without this buffer, in other words, without socializing, the stress levels rise. So, with chronic loneliness, this response is prolonged, causing impairments in immune functioning. So in other words, no socializing can make that our defense is lower. Okay, so now I'm gonna share with you some effects of social distancing due to the coronavirus. It says that this pandemic may lead to an increase in the number of cases of depression, disorders, anxiety, stress, substance abuse, overeating, uh, the rise of domestic violence and child abuse. So this last two really got me very worried because I think people who are victims of domestic abuse or child abuse are more vulnerable now because they don't have somewhere to go and talk with. So if you have any resource that you would like to share with, please send it in our comments and I'm going to share information that I have on my end as well. So these are some effects that can be caused by the social distancing, but of course we cannot generalize. We are all different, and some people can get affected in different ways depending on their personalities, if they are introvert or extrovert. Now we're going to go and talk about the 8 tips that you can follow and do at your home during this pandemic quarantine and to try to stay healthy and mentally and physically. So first of all, communicate. Yes, as we were saying, socializing is important. Now that we have these digital technologies, this can breach social distance. So it is recommended that you communicate on videos, with audios, but also emailing, texting, all these works as far as you connect with other. Also remember that kids are stressed too, so you have to talk about this with your kids in a with language that they understand, and you have to give them the opportunity to have a connection with others, with the teachers, with their family, with friends, relatives. um, Also it's important you put the kids structure schedule to let them keep learning. Second point, nutrition. The Dr. Shanks, she's a professor of nutrition in Montana State University. She said that, well, we should ensure that we cap the right things, right? We have to make a list to make sure what do we have at home and what do we really need instead of doing this panic buying and leaving another people without resources. Also, she's saying that we can buy some fruits and vegetables, chop them and put them on the freezer. This can last for months. Also, if you're going to eat, if you're going to buy canned food, try to check that they are low in fats, salt, and added sugars. So the second point was nutrition. Third point is fitness. Okay, keep active. So if you're in a country that you can go outside, go walk, run, bike, but always keeping your social distancing of 6 feet, or you wearing your masks. But if you're at home, you can do many stuff. You can look at videos, find stuff at home that you can do workout. You can learn dancing. I love dancing. I am learning some choreographies, and I'm having lots of fun at home. It says also that just 30 minutes of any kind of heart pumping workout can significantly reduce stress. Okay, so the third point was doing exercise. Fourth point is sleep. It's important that we have enough hours of sleep. And Jamie Gold, a wellness design consultant, says that we should have a place at home that is free of technology, that is a place that we love, that is our favorite place at home, that maybe we can have plants or candles, aromatic candles, or maybe a speaker with soft music, or a blanket, whatever it is important to have that as well. So the fourth point was sleeping. Fifth point is cleaning. Of course, we already know that what measures we need to do to keep ourselves clean to avoid spreading this virus. But the virus that causes COVID, can live on plastic and stainless steel surfaces for 72 hours, on cardboard for 24 hours, and on copper for 4 hours. But the Center for Disease Control and Prevention has said that surface contamination doesn't seem to be the primary way of virus spreads. But anyway, it doesn't hurt to clean, the stuff that we touch with frequency, like the phones or the door handles. So the fifth point is cleaning. Sixth tip, stay informed but not overwhelmed. Okay, so in the article of is Christina Oehler, she suggests limiting your exposure to the news to 2 or 3 times a day, and every time that you see, just a few minutes. In special, try not to watch this news on before going to bed. So the sixth point, watch news but don't get overwhelmed. Seventh tip is learn a new skill. So now we have like a lot of resources online that you can learn a new language. I have friends that are sharing photos of their foods that they're learning. Me too, I'm learning new stuff, choreographies, or whatever it is that is from your interest. And 7 point, knock out some to-do lists. If you always said, oh, I wish I had the time to do this, but I don't have, well, now you have time. So write down what is your to-do list and start crossing them up. You are going to feel so good. I love doing to-do list. So well, in conclusion, today I have shared with you some effects of social distancing and some tips that you can do at home to keep yourself healthy physically and mentally. So if you like this video, you can share with somebody, and don't forget the reason why we're doing this social distancing, this quarantine, is just to keep ourselves safe, and then to reduce the spread of this virus, and make this spread as slow as possible that we can do. So thank you so much for your attention, and see you next time. Bye bye.